everyone, it's me, John Lorden. Welcome to another episode of Brain Scratch Case Cracked for today, Tuesday, July 11th, 2017. I hope you guys are all having a nice week. Let's jump right into the case of the McMahan murders. Asheville, North Carolina, December 1989. Cleve McMahan was 79 years old, and his wife, Aileen McMahan, was 75. They were married for 50 years and lived on a quiet neighborhood street off Swenton Creek Road for nearly 20 of those years. The following day would have been Aileen's 76th birthday, and later that month, Cleve would have turned 80. However, during the early morning hours of December 11th, they were brutally attacked in their home. Cleve's sister, Foy Lance, was delivering presents to the home and found her brother still clinging to life near his wife's dead body. He died 15 minutes after paramedics arrived. Both Cleve and Aileen have been severely beaten with a blunt object. There were signs of a struggle throughout the house, and Cleve's wallet was empty. Other than that, it appeared that nothing had been taken. Police found a small trace of blood near the door that they believe belonged to the assailant. The following year, the police would charge 2 men with the murders. However, the DA released them, claiming there was no evidence linking them to the scene. Police kept looking at suspects throughout the years, but could not find the culprit. Foy Lance said in an article in 1992 that she had one wish before she died: to find her brother and sister-in-law's killer. Unfortunately, it would not happen before she passed away in 2003. It seemed that this case would never be solved, but the police never gave up. It would eventually end up a cold case that was being worked by Detective Kevin Taylor. He would work on the case for almost a decade before a major breakthrough would occur. May 2017. Eric Robert Begley, also known as Deuce, had recently spent 20 years in prison in Indiana, but shortly after his release, he was arrested again on drug charges. At only 42 years old, he'd already spent almost half his life in prison, and it looked like he was heading back in there. No one anticipated that he would ask to speak to detectives in North Carolina about a murder that occurred over 25 years before, when he was only 14 years old. Kevin Taylor and a detective with the major case unit named Steve Kuhn would travel to Indiana and interview Deuce about the crime. Though details on that conversation are extremely limited right now, authorities did note that Deuce seemed remorseful and wanted to come clean about his involvement. The detectives got enough info from him to arrest him for those 2 murders. A big question remains. Why did Deuce admit to this crime after all these years? Is he someone that now can't live outside of prison, spending the last 20 years locked up? Or did his conscience finally get him to speak up about what he had done to the McMahans? Deuce has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and is awaiting extradition and his eventual trial. However, even though part of this case is cracked, authorities are certain that Deuce didn't act alone. They believe that there may be at least 1, if not 2 other individuals who were involved. Can you help the McMahan family find justice for everyone involved in the murder of Cleve and Aileen? If you have information about this crime, please contact Asheville Police at 828-252-1110 or Crime Stoppers at 828-255-5050. I'll also have this contact information in the description box below. Asheville has recently shown a trend of violent crime and is now considered one of the most violent cities in the nation. According to NeighborhoodScout.com, only 5% of cities in the U.S. are worse than Asheville. 1 in 190 people will become the victim of a violent crime, and 1 out of every 20 will be a victim of property crime. Their number of crimes per square mile is 3 times the national average. The Citizen Times reports that Asheville in 2016 saw a 17% increase in serious violent crime over 2015, with rapes specifically going up 35% alone. However, the website for the Asheville Chamber of Commerce insists that Asheville metro crime rates are lower compared to the state and nation. However, the report provided is incorporating data that is 5 years old, and even their own provided data paints a bleak picture. At best, it shows that certain parts of Asheville are low in crime compared to other areas which are exceedingly high, such as Asheville City, Hendersonville, and Waynesville. The Chamber of Commerce website also cites a page from the FBI that says their uniform crime reporting data should not be used to compare regions, as it may be an incomplete analysis and can create a misleading perception. Yet, the report that they provide does exactly that. It does not list all the data, just the areas they want to highlight and attempt to compare to other cities in North Carolina and the national average. It seems that Cleve and Aileen may have not had any children. At least I can't find any records of that online, and I've seen no comments in the media from any surviving family members. Perhaps Deuce is not looking to give comfort to others by coming clean about all this. Maybe he's giving himself a chance to admit to the errors of his ways and pay for what he's done. Maybe a monster from the past will have a chance to become a human again in the present. In any case, I respect that he's spoken up, and am hopeful that if others are involved, perhaps his words will also bring them to justice. Case cracked. These stories in particular always get me whenever you hear about an elderly couple that is attacked. This isn't the first one that we've had like this on Case Cracked. It's just such a terrible thing. It really bothers me that it usually happens in their home. I mean, all of us, I think we think of our homes as places of safety, of comfort, and in particular, as we get older, we want to have that safety and comfort more than at any other time in our life. So to know that you have a man that is almost 80 years old and his wife that was just turning 76 the next day be attacked in this manner is just a horrible thing. There are no details yet, at least, that have been released about what the item was that they were struck with. And of course, authorities seem like they're trying to get the word out about this case because they're really looking for more information that might bring in the other culprits. But if Deuce is really looking to redeem himself, I am hoping, and I have some faith, that he might come forward about who else is involved, and maybe they'll be facing charges along with him in this terrible, terrible crime. My heart goes out to this family. I couldn't find anyone, like I said, that was commenting on this. So there's no one in particular that I can address this to, but I'm sure that there are nieces, nephews, cousins still out there, people that were looking to see justice in this case. And I'm happy that finally some of their answers are coming out, well over 25 years after this occurrence. It is kind of sad that Cleve's sister didn't get a chance to hear about this and know that justice was on its way, but at least for the remaining family members and for the rest of us that just care about other people in this world, we know that at least one man will be paying for this crime, and hopefully others will be as well. Thank you so much for spending some time with me here on Case Cracked. Please keep yourselves and your families safe, and I will see you right back here on the Lord and Lawrence channel.